One of the biggest anime this season is none other than Mob Psycho 100. This anime was one that I was most looking forward to because holy fuck, Mob is so lovable. I just want to give him a hug. I was excited to sit down and have a discussion about the latest hypebeast this season, but none of my D-Gen friends didn't even realize that I had a second season airing. What a travesty. That's when a thought came to my mind for this video. You can probably already guess what it is from the title, but you might be surprised by what actually is coming out that you didn't know about. I'll be going over what the season will cover and when it will air. If you are new here, welcome. I'm BriThi, your local DJ, and I hope you enjoyed this video on all upcoming anime sequels, continuations, and remakes. If you really do like it, then consider leaving a like, sharing this video so others can be informed, or going the extra mile by subscribing. With that, let's jump into it. First up, we're going to cover the ones that are coming out the soonest in the spring season. These are right around the corner and you probably didn't even know they were coming out. Up first, we have the third season of Bungou Stray Dogs. If you aren't familiar with the Stray Dogs series, well, this probably has no concern for you. This and every other show you haven't seen the previous season of, obviously. This third season should pick up where the second one left off. When I really think about it, this show has so much content out there. 2 seasons already out and a third on the way, plus a movie? That's insane. The show is good enough to warrant this, as it has some of the most badass fight scenes in recent memory. Here's one just for an example. Oh man, that slew of bullets is just so good. This series is set to air around April of this year, so if you're excited to see more epic fight scenes, your wait is almost over. Alright, let's move on to a personal favorite of mine coming back. This one is probably one you haven't heard about, but it's an old but gold series, and that would be Chihaya Furu Season 3. I'm so happy that this is receiving its 3rd season. I had long given up hope since this last season was a long time ago in 2013, but Kami-sama has graced me with this. If you don't know, Chihaya Furu is an anime that follows Chihaya and her passion of karate. This, coupled with a love triangle, is something that I cannot get over. I don't know what it is, but anime about weird, out of left field sports are always so entertaining to watch. This and March Comes in Like a Lion are up there as my top sports animes. This anime is set to air sometime in April this year, and I cannot be any more excited to see Chihaya and the gang back at it again. Up next, we have our first remake, and man oh man is this one so nostalgic. This was the rom-com of my childhood, and I'm sure it is for so many others. That's right, this show is none other than Fruits Basket. When I look back on it, Fruits Basket really did have a weird story, but man, just the PV alone is enough to bring me head over heels for this series again. I'm ready for the shenanigans my girl is going to get into with these boys. I'm sure plenty of my female anime watchers will love to be seeing this show come back. Do not fret because you are not alone. This one is also set to air around April of this year, barred any delays. I'm beyond excited for this one. I'm probably beyond excited for half of the animes on this list, but with good reason. They're just all so good. I mean, they have sequels for a reason. Up next, we have Mob Psycho 100's poster father coming back into sights with a 2nd season. Saitama is ready to semi-serious punch his way back into our hearts with Genos. I've read the manga for this show, so I know it's going to happen, and let me tell you, ooh, it's going to be a treat for the soul. If you enjoyed the first season, then the second half will not disappoint if they follow the manga. I'm ready to meet the rest of the S-Class heroes and get even closer to our loving bike hero extraordinaire, not to mention the god tier animations. And to top it all off, the humor. Oh, so hyped for this. Plus, more of the Tornado Sisters is always a treat. I mean, come on. Have you seen Fubuki and Tatsumaki? Snacks, both of them. So I'm looking forward to April when this arrives. Okay, all these spring animes are coming around April, so you'll probably hear April a lot. For the last hypebeast of the spring season, we will have a continuation rather than a remake or sequel. It is none other than Shingeki no Kyojin, aka Attack on Titan. If you've seen my video on its story race, then you probably know that I am absolutely a Titan fanboy. I've even seen that god-awful live action. P.S. It was as bad as everybody made it out to be. But this does not take away from the high-octane action that the first half of Attack on Titan Season 3 provided. If it keeps on at this pace, it will easily stand as the greats in the spring this season. I have high hopes for Eren and the gang, and so should you, as we learn more about the walls and what is out there. I wasn't going to mention this next anime, but I feel like I must, just to make sure I cover all bases. It was inevitable that the shonen hit Boku no Hero Academia was going to receive a new season. But what you might not have known was when it will be coming out. It will take place right after Season 3 and we get to learn about the Big 3 featuring Ness from Smash Bros. Overall, if you love My Hero, then don't sleep on the 4th season, as it will be good, if not better, than its previous iterations. These next animes I'm going to talk about unfortunately do not have a set date on when they will air. Hopefully it's ASAP, as these are some heavy hitters. The first one is going to feature an anime that I made a video talking about a specific esports team. That's right, if you watched my video on the Hangzhou Spark, then you would know I'm talking about a certain Scientific Railgun Season 3, baby. The girls are coming back with a 3rd season, and let me tell you, this one's going to be crazy. I'm glad following a certain scientific execs they decided to continue with this series as well. Now they just have to make a certain scientific accelerator and my life will be complete with this series. I'm so excited to see my girl back at it with the gang. Moving on, we have a very laid back show. A show that really gets the kawaii girls doing kawaii things vibe done right. And it's none other than Yuru Camp Season 2. I'm honestly surprised at how well Yuru Camp was received. It low-key became one of the best animes of the winter 2018 season. I personally didn't watch it when it aired, but I caught on and binge watched it all in a day. I'm excited for the girls to get back to what they love and follow their adventures. Out of every anime to get a 2nd season, this was on my lower expected list, but I'm happy regardless. Next up is a Netflix anime special where realistic work turns into hilarious animal shenanigans. That's right, Agretsuko is coming back for a 2nd season. This show definitely deserved it, as every single working class individual could relate to her stress and grief. I sure as hell did. That's why I'm so glad this show is getting renewed for another season. I remember going to a convention, I was in line for an autograph for an Overwatch voice actor, and there walked by the perfect Agretsuko cosplay. You know, as I was editing this video, I remember ProZD posted a picture of that sick Agretsuko cosplay. So here it is if any of you were curious. You know, probably no one was, but hey, this was neat. Alright, back to the video. We have the final anime that has an announced sequel, and this one is probably the biggest hype beast of them all for me. This topples Attack on Titan, Fruits Basket, One Punch Man, and more. Let's take a second to welcome the king of sports anime. Oh, that's right, Haikyuu is finally back, baby! After that season where it took place over the course of one game, I am so ready. Hinata and the boys are going for it all, and I'm 100% behind them. I have not read the manga for Haikyuu because I want to experience it blind. If they lose out there, real tears will be shed just like last time they lost and they had to go eat at that barbecue shop. Only real men cried there. They have come back stronger and faster, so I believe in the king and the gang. There isn't much info on what this next season will contain, but I'm going to make a fairly logical guess and say that it will cover where the Karasuno vs Shiratorizawa game left off. Oh boy, was that game a thrill ride. Hinata, baby, please come back soon. Let's all look forward to Haikyuu Shin. And there you have it, every sequel, remake, and continuation for 2019 so far. I'm beyond excited for so many of these shows that I can't contain it all. I hope you enjoyed seeing every sequel coming. Making this has just made me more excited and patient for it all. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like or sharing it. If this video really tickled your fancy, then consider going the extra mile by subscribing. Tell me what anime you are most looking forward to down below. Mine definitely has to be Haikyuu. Oh my gosh, those are my boys! With that, I'm out of here. I'm BriThi, your local DJ, and signing off. Sayonara, friends!